Only thing you've been taught is to go to work and work a job. You've never been around people that talking about entrepreneurship or being debt free or doing anything outside the norm. Everybody else does.
So exposure to something new. All right, what are some other ways?
I think she like she said as well, traditionalism, if that she wants to say that you're so used to the way you did it. You know what I'm saying? You're stuck in traditions of sort of saying, I'm supposed to spend this on this. Or I'm supposed to spend this on this. And don't have the balance in between it. You know?
That's good.
Yeah.
So never been exposed to knowing how to take out life insurance. Never been exposed to learning how to take out health insurance. Never been exposed to having a savings account or opening up a money market account or emergency fund or being exposed to investing in stock. Some of us don't know what a TRA is. Some of us don't understand how important that is. Some of us have never been exposed to that. So exposure is a lot. The word says, my people shall do what?
Perish for lack of knowledge.
Knowledge. Not a physical death. A lot of us are perishing in a whole lot of other stuff because we don't have the knowledge or the know-how to do it because we let everything else pass us by. And you know what? The number one distraction is the internet, is social media. So we pay more attention to what's out there than we really do the knowledge that's right in front of us.
Preach.
We will not come to church on a Sunday morning, but on Monday morning we up and at it at our job. That's perishing from a lack of knowledge because the pastor may have a word that may touch us on the inside to get up and do something different than we were doing all of these other days. But that's the knowledge. Exposure. That's the knowledge. Give me something else.
I'm full of them. We want too much. We want.
Separating your needs from your wants.
We want too much. We want what we see. We want what we see. We want those brand names. We want the big houses. We want the big cars. The big rims. We want all of that. We want this for our children, that for our children, and we want to give to our children. So we want too much.
What about this?
Listen, my mother told me one time. I was working 2 jobs. I was 18. I was working 2 jobs, and she said, "Mia, let me tell you, you're working too much. You're working too much. You only have time to enjoy the money that you make." So she said, "Let the money that you make at one job be enough. So that means you got to scale back some of the spending that you do." I was 18 at the time. I didn't know what she was talking about. But as I grew, I understand now. Let the money that you make. So you don't have to work all the time to be able to take care of your needs.
You just have to know what you want.
Stop wanting so much.
That's it.
What about this? Low self-esteem.
Fear.
Yeah.
I think fear. We've been taught to live in a certain system, and a lot of people don't know how to live outside of the system.
That's good.
We always are exposed. We've been exposed to the system of working a job, a system of bills, and so when God is telling us to take a jump and take that risk, it's like all we see is what's in front of us.
That's right.
It's system. So it's like fear, like low self-esteem. I don't know who I really am.
What you say today, Pastor? This couple was having problems. She couldn't see the forest from the trees. So she had a problem with the paid off house with no bills. What was her problem, Pastor? What's wrong with the house?
Oh, it was too short.
The house was too short.
That's what she said. Literally,
That's
that's
what
her
she
word.
said.
My house too short.
A paid off house.
Yeah, I ain't gonna go any further than that. We're not streaming. We good. Yeah. She really said that. That thing turned into a divorce, man.
Oh, no.
Cause
A
she
paid
wanted.
off house.
Now, granted,
Once.
let me tell you, I work with this brother. He's a producer. He used to produce with the Young Jeezy and all them. And
He was smart.
He was smart with his money though. He was wise, and his house was his ceiling was about right here. It was short, and she was serious, and she left. Cause she was spoiled. We'll hook up. Short. Not short.
Not short.
I asked him. I said, "You sure?"
Oh,
She
like
said,
a shotgun.
If you know him, you'll laugh. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's supposed to be short, but it's short. It's too
Short.
She's in America for the shop term.
She was shop time.
Right.
Yeah, she was in for the shop time.
She's in for the shop term.
Right. But that's how we become bound, and we don't even know it. It's easy to look at the picture because it's easy to see the picture from outside the frame.
Oh, it's hard to see it when you're on the
right,
inside.
but it's hard to see it when you're on the
Picture
inside.
can't see itself.
So we got a lot of people looking at us like, if he only knew what they really had.
My God, my God.
So he's supposed to say, man, she dumb. But guess what? We doing it every day. It's some stuff that we taking for granted. It's right here in front of us. That can sell for quadruple the amount. We got visions and things in us that can make us millions of dollars.
And we got stuff in the closet.
But we can't see.
Basement. Yeah, that's good.
Bound. We gotta get free. We're gonna get free, y'all.
You're gonna get free. This means, however, that you must trust God and be willing to submit to His will and direction. Trust God and submit to, and be willing to submit to His will and direction. We say we trust God, but there's a great difference between saying and actually trusting. Often we trust if it's convenient or necessary as a last resort. God expects us to trust Him daily in all things.
Ooh, that's good.
In all things, even when it's going good, He still wants your faith. He still wants you to trust Him. If you're serious about becoming financially free, let's take these action steps. Number one, let's transfer ownership. Transfer ownership to God. That's the first point. If you got a pen, there's some good stuff. Find a way to write it, if not put it in your phone or something. Transfer ownership to God. Or you can take a picture of the screen. Transfer ownership to God. It says, recognize. Well, I'm going to read the scripture first. The earth is the Lord's.
Yes, it is.
And all it contains, the world and those who dwell in it.
You in it, right?
Yes.
You belong to who?
God.
Ownership. He owns you. That's so funny. He owns everything, y'all. We just lending this stuff. It ain't ours. Oh, but we get so attached.
I mean, guess what? He owns your kids too.
Yes.
He can have them. No, I'm just playing.
Mine too. He owns everything. Like, so it's funny when you know the owner of a thing, you know how to respect their possession. It's theirs. So when you go to somebody's house and you might flop down on your couch when you get home, but you go to somebody else's house, they got their new furniture. How are you today? You respect their things because it's theirs. But for some reason, we feel like everything that we have, we've acquired is ours. And that's why, and I hate to talk about tithing, but that's why my pastor always says, man, really, you giving back to God what He already gave to you. It's really still His. Like, you wouldn't have it if He didn't allow it to happen. So this is the faith aspect of money. So transfer ownership to God. Recognize that God really owns what you have. And that includes your family as well as your time and things, possessions, cars, everything. Recognize the biblical principle, or it will be impossible to free yourself financially. The earth is the Lord's, and all it contains, the world and those who dwell in it. That's Psalms 21:4. Psalms 21:4. So we got to recognize the owner of our life.
That's a powerful scripture. Next time you get in a situation, God, you own this.
Yeah.
This is yours.
And that's so good. That's rich.
The battle is not mine. It's what?
The Lord's.
It's the Lord's. This is not even my situation. It's so funny when you see somebody going through something, they be like, you want to do something? Prime example. Elmore had a fight break out in her classroom. 2 boys. And Miss Elmore, what did you do? I said, stop hitting him in the face. He didn't stop. But guess what? I can't take on that situation. That wasn't my situation. So why would I put myself in the situation and get hit? I'm not mad. I'm not angry because this is not my situation.
Yeah.
Same thing when it happens to you. Whether you're going through a relationship problem, whether you're going through a financial issue, you shouldn't be bent out of shape anyway. Because why? It ain't even our situation.
Come on, that's good.
So how about this?
Preach.
One time,
Woo!
that's good.
Said
One
a
time I
mouthful.
was at a restaurant. They messed my food up, Bradley's, and I was like, man, y'all got to fix it, man. And the owner wasn't there. Guess what I said? Listen, I know the owner. Y'all got the owner walked in. The lady, Jan, she walked in and she's like, that's the guy from across the street. Man, get him all new food. Fix his plate, man. My food was overcooked. That was wrong. But the advantage of knowing the owner. Next time you got a problem in your life, the next time a situation is unfolding, man, you need to look at that problem and say, look, you got to fix yourself because I know the owner. I know the owner. I know who owns the earth. The whole earth. The earth is the Lord's. It belongs to Him. This situation
Yes.
belongs to Him. So
Yes.
yeah, give it back to Him.
Yes.
I know the owner. I got special treatment.
Right. Ownership.
Ownership. Next, number 2, get out of debt. We talked about that a few weeks ago. We talked about how debt was ungodly. For those who may have missed the first week, debt is wicked in the eyes of God. So our goal as Christians is to never be in debt, never succumb to debt. Get out of debt. Break the habits that keep you in debt, like spending more than you earn and borrowing. Save so you don't have to borrow.
Ooh, say that again.
Yeah, save so you don't have to borrow.
Say that. We need to all say that.
Get up.
Say
Say it
Save so
together. Save so you
don't have to
Nothing.
Man.
The reason why we borrowing, because we're not saving.
Come on.
Yeah.
We talked about it. 10, 10, 80. 10 to God first. 10 to yourself, savings, and 80 for the rest of the bills. 10, 10, 80. You shouldn't have to borrow a thing if you're doing the right thing. Never have to borrow, you guys. We have to save. How many have started a save?